I'm Cliff Hibbitts, and welcome to Baseball and Ice Cream. We're here at FAM at our beautiful podcast studios, and we're here with Lyle Hibbitts today, a professional baseball player in the independent leagues. So, Lyle.
Okay.
So, how did you start with baseball? Like you out of the womb, you wanted to play baseball, or what?
Yeah, pretty much just ever since I was probably 3 years old, just started playing t-ball with CJ, my older brother.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, ever since then, it was just always baseball.
Always baseball. And you always wanted to be a pitcher, or no?
No. I played everything when I was younger. I caught a lot. I played first. I played third. Just mainly positions that bigger kids played because I was always a bigger kid.
You were always a monster?
Yeah, I was.
But what are you now? How tall are you?
I'm 6'4" and weigh about 230.
About 230? Is that you're fudging 10 pounds?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. At my heaviest, I was 250 for a day.
For a day?
Yeah.
Nice. You're not from Texas. You're from...
I was born in California.
In California.
Yeah.
And so you played out in Los Gatos, California, right?
Yep. In the Bay Area.
In the Bay Area.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so what is one of your youngest or your newest memories that you can remember when you were the youngest?
A couple like little league memories. Like I remember hitting 2 home runs in one game at I don't know if it was at like Keto or somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know, just playing AAA at Balzer, hitting home runs into the trees that would kind of hang over the fence. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you still talk to any of the kids that you played ball with in Little League?
In Little League?
Yeah.
I still follow a bunch of them on like social media. I probably haven't talked to any of the Little League teammates in a few years, but I mean, we still kind of keep up with each other, I guess.
Okay. So you guys, baseball is the most diverse sport. You look down the bench and it's every nationality, every race, everything, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so you just have all those friends from all the years of Little League and all the years of playing. And you did play your first year in Los Gatos, California in high school.
Yeah, my first year of high school, my freshman year was in Los Gatos. And then after that summer, we moved out here to Texas.
Okay. And so did you start as a third baseman or a catcher, or what did you start as in high school?
In high school, my freshman year, I probably pitched and played first the most.
Okay.
Just because that's kind of what our team needed, and that's what I was good at.
So are you on the mindset that wherever the coach needs you, that's where you'll play? Is that what the kids should look forward to?
Yeah, like growing up kind of with teams that you coached, it was really big for us to learn every single position. And I feel like kids nowadays don't really do that. Even though I was a big kid, like I would still have a couple games at shortstop or center field. And just like we made sure that we knew what to do in every single position just so we could learn the game, really.
Okay.
And I feel like that helped a lot later on because, I knew what was going on from every single part of the field. And I think a lot of teams and a lot of younger kids kind of miss out on that now.
Okay. So now, do you think it's the coaches or the kids' mentality?
Definitely coaches.
Coaches.
Because, now everyone talks about all the travel ball leagues and just kind of being a money pit and just having so many teams and so many kids just coming in, taking their money and not teaching them the fundamentals of baseball.
So fundamentals is the key for these kids to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was younger, we really preached fundamentals, learning the game, thinking the game, and growing from there because your body's going to grow naturally.
Yeah, because like you could be the biggest kid in Little League and then
there's always those kids who are the studs when you're 12 years old, but they don't grow at all the rest of their life. So, you got to learn and you got to be able to think. That's the only way to survive in the game, really.
So shortstop and third base, so you have big lateral movement and a lot of speed.
Oh yeah.
So you're not really known for the speed, are you?
No, I've never been known for speed.
Okay.
But I would say that in college, I definitely got a lot faster.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, from the coaches or from personal wanting to get faster?
From personal training it and learning mechanics, like talking running mechanics and just how the body works and how the body moves. Because all that stuff really started to interest me in college.
Okay. And so, like, most people think that they're going to be the Derek Jeter.
Yep.
Okay. Or the A-Rod. But nobody wants to be A-Rod. But the Derek Jeter. So now, baseball just came easy to you? Or did you have to work a lot at it?
I think the only thing that was natural was just size and hand-eye coordination. I think I always had good hand-eye coordination. Everything else I had to work extremely hard for.
Oh, okay.
So everything from like total body coordination, like running and athleticism, even like jumping and throwing mechanics, like swing mechanics, everything in that area I had to work extremely hard for.
Okay. So the natural out there that's just living off of his natural athletic ability, when do you think, if he doesn't work harder at his different fundamentals, when do you think he's usually passed up?
Well, it kind of depends, because I mean, like there's the natural star who at 12 years old who will get passed up in high school, but there's the natural star for their whole life, and like their talent will carry them very far. But say they make it to a professional team and they haven't done anything to try to make themselves better, they will get passed up eventually. It just, there's always a spectrum of talent, and just the amount of talent the guys have doesn't always equal how hard they work.
Oh, okay. So now you've had, I didn't really coach. I helped coach your teams. I know that. And I hired really good guys.
Yeah, we always had top tier college and professional level coaches.
Yes. Now, do you remember the speech that Mark O'Brien gave at Santa Clara University to you guys? That little short speech. There's two things.
Yeah, you probably remember it better than I do.
Yeah, when we were going to bring in the guest speaker, the head coach of Santa Clara University. Gosh, you were just a little kid. Mm-hmm. And Mark O'Brien walked out there to a whole stadium full of people and said, I have 40 guys in the MLB that I coached, and they all have two things in common. They don't have a problem with their family, mm-hmm. and they don't have a problem in school. And then he walked off the field. And I thought that was the most inspirational speech, because you guys were just sitting there going, what the heck was that?
Yeah, no, that was...
Do you remember every coach you had?
I mean, I probably remember every single coach.
Yeah.
I don't know if I could just name them off the top of my head, but there's definitely memories of probably every age group and every coach that I had.
Now, did you ever develop an attitude in baseball? A little arrogance or a little cockiness?
I mean, probably. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it was like, I don't know if it was cockiness or like just kind of natural, like raw emotion. Mm-hmm. But I probably got that. That probably started my 12-year-old year, because I kind of realized that I was better than a lot of kids. Before then, I was just trying to I wasn't really playing against like the kids. Like I was just playing the game. Mm-hmm. So I didn't look around and like realize how much better I was, or bigger or stronger or anything. So when I was 12, I feel like I probably started going through puberty, and I just kind of realized that like I am a lot better than a lot of people.
Now, what is your advice to a kid who's really struggling to stay on teams and he's in Little League, but he loves the game, but he's really having a hard time? I mean, should he, I mean, do you hire people? What is your advice for that?
I mean, well, growing up, you guys always got me the best coaches and the best kind of private lessons, and y'all kind of sacrificed a lot just so I could do something that I loved as a kid. And like, we have no history of athleticism in our immediate family. You didn't play anything.
No, my knees are.
Mom didn't play anything.
She played beer league softball.
We had,
she was good at that.
We had Papa Al, who was a softball player and softball coach.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, zero athleticism.
Yeah.
So like, we didn't really know where it was going, or like if I could do anything with it. And y'all still spent so much money and so much time on those lessons.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, kids who are struggling to stay on teams, like when you're young, when you're older, I'd say if you really want to do it and like you're on a high school team, like anyone can find a college. Like if you're a pitcher and you throw 72 miles an hour, you can find a college. I truly believe that with anybody. It just depends on like how hard you want to look for the right college, how well you do in school, because that really does play a big part in getting into college.
That helped you a lot. Your grades.
Yeah, I would not have been able to go to Division I if I didn't have good grades.
Them good grades were what for you?
I had straight A's in high school. I think pretty much all 4 years, maybe 1B in the 4 years of high school.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that was the main reason that I got to go to a Division I my third year of college.
Because you didn't start out in a Division I.
No, I started out at a JUCO. But that's still, I mean, grades still helped me a lot there because I got a full scholarship my freshman year to go to a junior college out in East Texas.
And then your second year, you went to another JUCO?
Yeah, because the first year didn't really work out. I mean, I loved all the guys on the team. The team wasn't really the right fit for me as a pitcher. My skills kind of dipped, and I just kind of lost a bunch of weight. A lot of things went wrong for me in my career, and so I ended up getting cut from the team after my freshman year. And then the summer after my freshman year, went up to Canada. I played the full summer in Canada, which was an experience.
Is it true what they say about Canada? It's like your grandmother's attic. There's some neat stuff out there, but nothing you really need.
Yeah, that's exactly how Canada is. No, I met a lot of good buddies on that Canadian team, guys that I still talk to today, guys from Canada. It was just not in a very appealing part of Canada.
Yeah, it was pretty barren.
Yeah, but after that, I ended up going to a different college, a different junior college, Tyler Junior College, which was the perfect fit for me. And I ended up improving massively. And that was probably the best decision that I made in baseball.
Now, it was Robert Ellis that made that phone call. He got you hooked in with people, right?
To get to Tyler,
yeah.
I don't remember.
Honestly,
yeah.
I think it was Robert.
He might have put in a good word for me, and because we played against Tyler my freshman year.
Oh, that's right.
And so, like, the coach, Doug Wren, he remembered me, and he was like, "Yeah, I mean, you're a big guy. Like, you got some potential. Like, we'll take you."
Nice.
I mean, yeah.
And then how'd you get on to the Division I from there?
Well, from there, I mean, I got a lot better. Like, I increased my velocity like 10 miles an hour. Because I was in high school, I was probably 87, 89 for the most part. My senior year, topping at 90. My freshman year in junior college, I was probably averaging 85. And then I get to Tyler and I get all the way up to 93. And that was the hardest that I'd thrown up until that point. And a lot of that success came from the pitching coach, which was Mike Rubenthal.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I mean, really, I got with him. He helped me a lot with my mechanics, with my routines, with my arm care, just kind of pieces that I had already, but just kind of putting everything together, or starting to put everything together, because I mean, I'm still trying to put things together. And yeah, that I jumped velocity. My numbers weren't great, but after that, I went to the Northwoods, which is a summer ball league.
Yeah.
And I put up really good numbers there. And so that summer is when I got the call from New Mexico State, and then they offered me.
They offered you New Mexico State. And you'd never been to New Mexico State? They weren't even on your radar, were they?
No. I heard about New Mexico State probably that season before that summer, because they beat, I can't remember the team they beat, but they beat them, I think it was 30, like 28 or 30 to like 3.
Oh, really?
And that was like the first time I saw them, and I was like, dang, like they got to be good.
Well, who was on the team at the time?
Nick Gonzalez was on the team.
And Joey, right?
And Joey.
Yeah.
They had a really good team that year, the year before I got there. So.
And Nick plays for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Nick ended up being the number 7 overall draft pick.
And then Joey plays for the Orioles, right?
Joey plays for the Orioles. He was the year before I got there, he got drafted in the 4th round.
Yeah.
So yeah, 2 really good players.
Yeah, I remember when you told me to watch those 2 guys when they were practicing, and watching them feed to each other was silk.
Yeah, no, those guys are 2 of the best middle infielders I've ever seen.
Yeah, and Nick's bat's pretty hot.
Yeah, no,
he's not a big guy.
He's a little guy. He's always been, his story, like he's always been an inspiration for younger kids, because he's a little guy. He didn't get any offers out of high school. He was a walk-on, and he worked harder than anyone on that team.
Mm-hmm. What advice on position player would you give a kid?
Like what position should you play?
Yeah.
Well, my advice would be don't be a pitcher.
But you're a pitcher.
I am a pitcher.
So why?
I know firsthand. I wasn't always just a pitcher. In high school, I played other positions and I hit, and I was really good. And I had the opportunity to go to college and hit and play the field. And I chose to become a pitcher because I thought it would be the fastest route to professional baseball, to the MLB.
Okay.
Which is kind of true, but not really. Like if I had to go back and do it over again, I would not be a pitcher in college.
What would you do?
I would play first.
Oh, really?
I would play first. Catching, the reason I didn't want to become a catcher in college was because I wasn't flexible and I didn't think I could handle so many games behind the plate.
Yeah.
Looking back, I could have handled it in college. Professional, I could not have handled it. Just because, that's a lot of catching, a lot of squatting.
Yeah.
But I thought the college level was going to be a lot higher level than I was already at.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't. Like, it is always a higher level each time you go up to junior college, to Division I, to professional, it's always a higher level. But I didn't realize what level I was already at.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize like how well-rounded I was as a player. And then, so I chose to become a pitcher. I get to college, and I had no idea that being a pitcher was like you get ridiculed all the time.
Yeah.
The entire team looks at you like you're not an athlete. You're barely a baseball player. Like, all you do is throw a ball. And you can't even do that half the time. Like, which is true for a lot of pitchers.
Uh-huh.
A lot of pitchers are unathletic. A lot of position players who are failed position players become pitchers because they think, oh, like, I got a strong arm. This is easy. I can do this. And that's my advice is don't be a pitcher. If you can avoid it and you love baseball, don't be a pitcher.
Don't be a pitcher?
Yeah.
Did you have a good bat? I mean, do you think you could?
Yes, I know for a fact that I could hit in college, that I should have hit in college. Professionally, I mean, probably depends on the league, probably depends on how much I would have developed in college. I still think I could have hit.
Yeah. So your advice is don't be a pitcher.
Don't be a pitcher.
So now you get to your senior year and you got all these offers to go pro, or what happened?
Of college?
Yeah, out of college.
No. No, I didn't have any offers or anything after college. I had a terrible college career.
Did you?
I did. It's like numbers wise. I think I had a career ERA of a 9
Oof.
at least.
Wow.
And we did play in a very small ballpark at high elevation, but I still pitched terribly.
So how did you get that? You went, your first pro was USPBL, right?
Yes.
That's what that one ring is from.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I mean, after college, I went and trained in Arizona with a guy called Cam Hatch, and it was just kind of another stage in my baseball development where I kind of put things together, and my velocity kind of ticked back up, and I felt really good. Cam put me in touch with the USPBL because he played there years ago. I think when it first became a league. And I pitched the second half of the season that year that I graduated. And I put together probably one of my best performances of my career.
Okay. Yeah. And so you went on from there, and then did you play summer ball after that? Or you don't play summer ball after the first year of pro?
No, I mean, after my first kind of season of pro ball, it's just kind of either you play winter ball or it's the off season for 6+ months, and then you just got to be ready for next year, really. And
then you got on Kalispell.
Yeah, I went up to Montana in the Pioneer League. And the Pioneer League is it's a league for all the young guys, basically, which, I mean, I'm still a young guy. The average age is 25, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So being 24 years old, I felt like it was a really good league for me, facing a lot of guys around my age, around my level, I would say, or yeah, around my level. I mean, it was a good experience. I got just another chance to get paid and play baseball.
Yeah, big money, right?
Oh yeah, huge money.
And they give you a host house,
A host family.
Host family there.
Host families. I've had I've been really lucky with host families my whole baseball career, from summer ball to pro ball.
Mm-hmm.
Just some of the nicest people that just take me in and just kind of adopt me almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They still keep in touch with you, most of them?
I still keep in touch with all of them.
Yeah, well, that's great. How hard is it being single and a baseball player?
I'm not single.
You're married.
Almost.
Almost. Oh, are you engaged?
No, I'm not engaged.
You got to have a job to be engaged.
You got to have a job and have money
Yeah.
to be able to buy a ring to be engaged.
So, who's the special lady in your life?
Her name is Brooke.
And she just follows you around the country watching you play baseball?
No, not at all.
Not at all.
She, I met her in junior college at Tyler Junior College, and we've been together for almost 5 years now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it takes a very special girl.
Or mean.
It takes a very special girl to put up with a baseball player.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
And does she play sports?
She plays softball.
So you guys, like in a year, what do you guys spend 8-9 months together?
No.
No.
The most time that we've spent together after our year that we went to school together, the most time we spent together was probably 2 months.
2 months.
In the same place.
So there's got to be a lot of trust.
It's all trust and all FaceTime calls.
Yeah. And it has to be the support of.
Yeah. I mean, I love her to death.
Mm-hmm.
And you really have to have a strong bond with someone to be able to go through what we go through. The long distance, the different time zones, just life as a baseball player.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, how long didn't she go overseas or something this year?
Yeah, she played professional softball in Italy, for the Cesties.
Some Italian name?
Italian. They're the Cesties Italians.
And is she Italian?
No.
Are you Italian?
I'm a little bit Italian. I'm a little bit Italian.
All right.
Because mom's maiden name is Pizzino.
There you go.
So.
Yeah, there you go. So you guys don't spend time together. You just FaceTime and.
Yeah.
And trust.
FaceTime and trust and driving to each other whenever we have time. Whenever there's a free weekend or a free month, then we go see each other.
And you guys make decisions about your careers and know that you both will be there no matter what?
What do you mean?
Like you guys don't go, well, this will be too far from you and I'll be away from you for too long? Or do you just say, hey, this is what I got to do and this is what she's got to do?
No, definitely. We've definitely had a lot of talks of both of our careers. She's encouraged me a lot to really go for it. And I've encouraged her the same, to just go for it. It didn't matter that she was going overseas, that I wasn't going to see her for months. It didn't matter how far it was. I wanted her to go to play. She wants me to go and to play as long as I need to.
She's the only one who has a job, right?
She's a coach right now, and she has a real job.
A real job.
Yeah.
She coaches for
Lubbock Christian University.
Softball.
Yeah, where she graduated from, where she won All-American honors, where she was Gold Glove. She's a much more successful athlete than I am. Much more decorated and accomplished.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who's more athletic, you or her?
She will always say that she is.
And what do you say?
I mean, I can't really argue that much because right now, all I can do is throw baseballs and lift weights. So.
Yeah. And what position did she play?
She's a shortstop.
Shortstop.
So she's kind of the best athlete on the field at all times.
Yeah. So what has stopped her career? Anything?
Well, I mean, she's dealt with some injuries. She's dealt some injuries lately that she's just kind of battling through. She is still wanting to play now. She wants to play in the States. much closer to home, and I think that's perfect for her.
Yeah, she has an amazing bat, right?
I think yes. I think throughout the years, her power has only gotten significantly better. Just the other day, her coach was saying that she's hitting balls much further now compared to when she was playing in college. And she didn't understand because she feels like she's weaker because she doesn't work out as much because college workout schedules are always crazy.
Oh, really?
But her swing and her natural ability is pretty unreal.
So she's quite the. So you guys are both athletes. You both understand that you got to go your paths.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to be a professional athlete, you're probably not going to be close to home for very long.
Okay. So you basically live out of a car with 2 backpacks.
Yeah, I my suitcase or like my bag, I think I didn't unpack it for, I think it was 11 months.
11 months.
I didn't unpack it.
Jeez. Well, you got to love the job, huh?
You have to love it.
And so what is your highlight that you think of your pro career so far? The 2 years, 2 seasons. What is the highlight? What do you think is your best of your career so far?
Well, in the USBBL, we ended up going, like, we got into the playoffs and we ended up winning the championship game. And that, I mean, I've been on teams in college. We won the WAC championship, which is just the conference championship.
Yeah.
And then you get into the NCAA tournament,
Right.
which was a cool experience. But the winning the USBBL championship, that was the first time I'd actually like made it to the end, like the last game, and we won it all.
Mhm.
And that was it. So, I mean, that was a really cool experience. We got the ring. We were smoking cigars and drinking champagne on the field.
Yeah, you guys turn it up.
That was a really cool experience.
And so that was probably the highlight of your.
Yeah, I mean,
And now, are you injury free, or you got to work through some injuries? You don't have anything permanent, or
no. Technically, I'm injury free.
Mhm.
Like, I've never had any surgeries, any major like tears or injuries, which is like really uncommon for pitchers that I've found.
Uh-huh.
Almost all my teammates, they'll have scars. Like, yeah, like I had TJ, I had thoracic outlet, tore my rotator cuff, tore my lat,
And they're still playing.
and they're still playing. Almost every single guy, which is crazy. And like I see that and I kind of think like that's even more motivation for me to keep going. Like I haven't even tried hard enough where I've hurt myself.
Yeah.
So like I got to keep going.
Yeah. But
it's a
you
weird-
also have a very strong arm care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ever since I was, I don't know, 10 years old.
Yeah.
We've always been very big on arm care, warming up for the right amount of time, warming up a lot, just kind of stretching, just making sure we're doing the right thing.
Yeah. So basically, what's your advice for a kid at any level who wants to play baseball, but still did you ever have that doubt in your mind, like, oh, I'm not going to do this?
I don't think I had a doubt that I wasn't going to play baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Yep.
If for younger kids, like for really younger kids, I mean, you don't even have to decide. You can play baseball, you can play football, you can play basketball, you can play whatever you want. You can play everything.
Mm-hmm.
And like you really don't have to fall in love with it until later.
Okay. Well, good. Well, hey, thanks for coming. This is our podcast, one of several thousand to come.
Oh yeah.
And we will. And again, I want to thank FAM for putting together this podcast studio. It's awesome. And Lyle, I want to thank you for coming and being my son. you know, and
Yeah.
remember, what do you have now? Are you doing lessons or anything now? What are you doing in the off season?
Yeah, I'm living in Lubbock for the off season. I'm doing lessons for any local kids there. I'm also doing remote coaching for pitching or weight training or any kind of general baseball training.
Okay.
Um,
How do they find you? Instagram? Or
yeah,
what?
you can DM me on Instagram. All my information is there.
And what's your Instagram?
It's just Lyle Hibbitts.
Okay. Two B's, two T's.
Two B's, two T's.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can find me on Twitter, which is at the Big Hib.
The Big Hib.
Yeah.
And then you have a clothing line on Etsy or something, right?
Yeah, I do, which
Okay.
is steak and eggs.
Steak and eggs.
Yeah, I didn't wear my shirt today,
Well, that's okay.
but
Okay.
yeah.
Well, hey, thanks again, Lyle, and thank you for tuning into this. We got more people to come. We got a lot of pros, we got a lot of coaches, and we got a lot of kids that are working hard to keep this dream alive of baseball. See you soon. All right, and here's the ice cream part of baseball and ice cream. Thank you, Gwen.
You're welcome.
I have the chocolate martini, which is alcohol-infused ice cream because, well, it's me. And Lyle, you have?
The cookie dough,
Yeah, but what's it called?
the PO cookie dough,
And what's it stand for?
pitchers only.
Pitchers only. So if you have to ask, you don't know. Man, I love ice cream.
What made you want to do ice cream?
Well, as you know, I was picked up on the hood of a car and driven through a grocery store. Spent 2 years in a wheelchair, 15 surgeries. I'm paralyzed in my left leg. I had a horse stable, a barbershop, cut hair in juvenile hall, and worked ranch. And I thought I'd never walk again. So I said, hey, fat people who don't walk can make ice cream. Boy, was I wrong. I studied for 8 years, and now we've been open for 4 years, and we're doing quite well. And I'm very happy with it. We do all kinds of events and everything. And we also bring it to all your baseball games, don't we?
Yeah, all my teammates have always loved it.
That's what we love about it. And that's how we got the idea. We were standing around with your teammates this year, and all the guys were just talking baseball, talking their hearts out about the yes and the no's and how much they hate this and this coach and that guy and this. And I was like, wait, these kids got to talk about this, because who doesn't love ice cream and baseball? So that's why we call it baseball and ice cream, right? It's baseball first, though.
Always baseball first.